What's going on? It's Stanza, True Tiger, and right now you're locked into Soundophile.
Drop the bass.
Yeah, you know what time it is. Footsy again, yeah, you know what rhyme it is. Black gloves, so you know what crime it is. Don't act up, just cool and mind your biz. Trust me, it is that. You talk grease, I live that. You talk grease, I'm in that daily. But I'm no car mechanic. I flow cool, hard spreading.
To describe True Tiger, it is 4 producers, DJs. And we just started doing a live show. It's myself, Stanza, Gowers, Blue Bear and Sook Knight. And we started producing and DJing together through our label, which used to be called True Tiger Recordings, and that's how we got the name. And yeah, through that us all kind of started working together, working together in the studio. We got our own studio, and then we decided we were going to put together like a True Tiger album. So that's kind of how it all started from there. I met Gowers at school, so me and him kind of sort of started things up. After school we both went to different unis but kept in touch, and he started producing. I mean, he knew I was DJing, and then we kind of sort of linked up from there. And then Blue Bear, he got in touch when he was 15. He'd heard a few of our early releases. We'd only had like 2 or 3 out, I think, and he got in touch and said he wanted to work with us. Sent some of his demos, and we got him on board, and we've kind of been friends with him since. And Sook Knight, I heard one of his tunes on the phone to N-Type. Got a shout out N-Type. Dubstep Don. I was on the phone to him and he was just playing one of Sook's tunes in the background. I was like, who's that? And he's like, it's this new kid called Sook Knight. Like, are you going to sign it? He's like, nah. So I give me his details, you know, I'll hit him up. And then we met up with Sook, and yeah, we've been working with him ever since then as well. I guess the way we kind of make tunes varies, and it normally starts with one person starting an idea. Then that idea will get sent to me, and then I'll kind of decide whether we should like carry on working on it, or whether we should just like, you know, just leave it and start another idea. But yeah, it varies really. Like, one person will start an idea, then it gets sent on to someone else. Normally all our tunes end with Gowers. That's like the one constant that always happens. Gowers always does the final mix downs. But yeah, it just kind of varies. Sometimes we sit in studio with the artist and just kind of change something up that we have there or whatever. So yeah, different ways I guess. It's been a long journey for us. Like, it hasn't been overnight sort of getting our tracks played, and it's built really organically, which is one thing that I love about our project and the sound of it and everything. But I guess we first felt like we were getting recognition like after we did like our first Eye of the Tiger, when we did volume 1. And we got like 1 extra playlisting and loads of plays on Rinse FM and Kiss and stuff like that. And you know, going to the like studios like BBC One Extra and sort of, which are like a corporate place, and kind of feeling like, well, you know, this isn't just like pirate radio anymore. It's kind of sort of branching out and going overseas. And yeah, I think when we started getting bookings as well, sort of in other countries, it's really mad because you're kind of getting flown out. You get your hotel, you get picked up, and you know, they treat you really good, and it kind of makes you like wonder like what the hell's going on. Just, you know, making tunes and just like playing locally, and now like we're flying out, you know, all over Europe and all over the world and stuff. So yeah, things like that I guess are like the early indications that you're doing something right. My thoughts on the dubstep sound at the moment is that it's mad versatile at the moment, which is really cool. There's so many different sounds. You know, you got people you know, who are in the charts, people like Magnetic Man, DJ Fresh and Nero and Chasing Status and people like that. And you know, you got people like Jay Kenzo, Tonnage, Mala, Silky, people like that making deeper stuff, which is like really reminiscent of the early dubstep sound. And then you got people like Dismantle and people like Funk Case who are just making kind of crazy out there tunes. So yeah, it's really exciting, and we try to play across the board. We don't really kind of like have an allegiance to one side of it, but I guess it's just going to get bigger like house, then broke up into all the little sub-genres and drum and bass and whatnot. So I guess that's happening for dubstep at the moment, and it's kind of bigger than it's ever been. The relationship between grime and dubstep is like it was a natural thing for me. Like, we sort of grew up listening to garage. That's how we first got into DJing and producing. And then from garage it kind of went into grime, it kind of turned into grime, and we followed that and watched that and started making grime, and then from grime it went to dubstep. So for me it's always kind of been in that order, and it's always kind of like, there's always been people like Plastician, N-Type, ourselves that always kind of merged the two genres even before the MCs got on, sort of playing some grime beats in the set and then, you know, and whatnot. But people like P Money, DEE, and Footsie, you know, the New Generals, they really kind of just brought, and Flowdown as well, I've got to big up Flowdown, they really kind of put vocals on dubstep and got it accepted, because at first no one wanted to hear MCs on dubstep. That was kind of the thing that made it different from grime as well, was that when you go to a grime rave it was all about the MCs, and the DJ was just a selector, you know, most of the time. They just called him a selector or DJ. But dubstep, it was all about the DJs, everyone crowded around watching the DJs and what tunes they were playing and how they were mixing. So it was like, it took a while before people wanted to hear MC vocals in dubstep, and I think when people like P Money and, you know, and Flowdown and New Generals really understood it, and their early tunes, you know, when we did Sang Like This with P, and New Generals did Hard, and Flowdown worked with The Bug, you know, those were like pivotal moments, I think, for breaking that sound. And since then it's kind of gone hand in hand, and even when you listen to Logan now, there's loads of freestyles or tunes that MCs have done which are like dubstep beats, but they fit really well into the grime sound as well, so it's really cool. Working with Snoop Dogg was mental. It was one of those things like when we done interviews and that you'd get asked like, if you could work with anyone, who would you work with? And you know, Snoop was always in our list of people that we'd love to work with one day. And it kind of come about through Mr. Jam. So got to big up Mr. Jam, because he was working with Snoop and his team on a mixtape that was kind of a concept project that was the US hip hop sound sort of versus the dubstep sound. So Mr. Jam asked us for a load of beats for that project. He said, you know, we're doing this project with Snoop, so have you got any beats? So I sent him over some stuff, and I kind of had a feeling that that might be like, the Be Like Me beat might be one that he'd like, because when we'd done it, we could hear someone like him on it, you know, when we were listening to it in the studio and stuff. So yeah, and then Mr. Jam just hit me up one day saying Snoop's vocal Be Like Me. You know, straight away told all of my lot, like, you're not going to believe it, apparently Snoop's vocal one of the tunes. And then yeah, it was the lead track on the mixtape, and you know, like at first we'd just gone for the collab with a load of UK artists. That was the whole idea of the track. So we had P Money, Professor Green on there as well, and DEE, and then obviously Snoop. And then I get a text like later that night from Jam saying he's also done a version with him on all 3 verses. So yeah, it was mad. It was like, still to this day, it's surreal that he's vocal one of our beats, you know what I mean? Like Doggy Style's one of my favourite albums of all time, so to have him on one of our tunes is just mental. So yeah, that was crazy. And that's one of the mad things in music, you kind of never really know what's going to happen or who's going to end up, you know, getting your tracks. What's going on? Stanza, True Tiger, big up Blue Bear, big up Sook, shout to Gowers. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at True Tiger. It's up on the Facebook, just True Tiger Official. You get either Tiger Volume 2 for free on there, and check us out on Instagram, SoundCloud, all of that. We're out of it. You get me,